Let's turn to the book of Ecclesiastes, or Qohelet. The Hebrew name is Qohelet, Ecclesiastes. It's a second attack on the optimism and piety of conventional religion. The book is mostly in the first person. There's a third-person introduction and a little epilogue. The introduction reads, "The words of Qohelet, son of David, king in Jerusalem." Now, Qohelet may mean preacher, and that's why the Greek translation Ecclesiastes, which means preacher. It's hard to know, one who assembles or gathers others. But tradition attributes the work to David's son Solomon, known for his wisdom. This attribution is fictive. The writer speaks of kings reigning before him. That implies there were many. But more important, there are linguistic and literary features that suggest a later, probably or perhaps a 4th century date. So as such, the work can be understood as a post-destruction and a post-exilic work. It was available to Israelites who were struggling to make sense of their history and their God, even though no reference is made to that history at all. And in fact, God is not referred to by his personal Israelite name, Yahweh, in the book at all. He's only referred to with the general term Elohim. The prominent tone of the book is one of alienated cynicism and a weary melancholy. It's the prominent tone. The theme that's repeated throughout is the idea of the emptiness of human effort. All is vanity, which means futile. It's all for naught. Qohelet 1:1, utter futility, said Qohelet, utter futility. All is futile. What real value is there for a man in all the gains he makes beneath the sun? One generation goes, another comes, but the earth remains the same forever. And in verse 9, only that shall happen which has happened, only that occur which has occurred. There is nothing new beneath the sun. The endless repeated cycles of the natural world, the rising and setting of the sun and moon, the ebb and flow of the tides. This leads the speaker to the conclusion that nothing is permanent, all is fleeting, change constantly. We don't find in Qohelet the linear view of time or the sense of progress in history that scholars rightly or wrongly associate with the Hebrew Bible. We find here instead the cyclic view of time, which scholars, again, rightly or wrongly associate with myth. There are also the endlessly repeated cycles of the human world, birth and death, breaking down and building up, weeping and laughter, love and hate, killing and healing. In one of the most famous passages from this book, Qohelet expresses the idea that everything has its season or time, with the consequence that the effort of humans to alter or affect anything is meaningless. I'm going to be reading from the RSV translation, and in fact many of the things I'll be reading today will be from the RSV, Revised Standard Version, because I think many of these passages will be familiar to you, and I'd rather read versions that will catch your ears as familiar than the more accurate translations of the Jewish Publication Society, but which may not ring that familiar note for you.